Hello there, hi, hello, welcome friends. My name is Tanya if you are new here, and I'm an avid reader. I especially love fantasy books. You can see a little bit what you can find on my shelves. They need some updating though, because I have a few books I need to unhaul. Anyway, that's not what today's video is about. This is more like a vlog. So yeah, and also on top of being an avid reader, I'm also majoring in comparative literature. I already have my bachelor's degree in comparative literature. I also have my BBA in marketing, and then what else? Oh, and I'm a fantasy author. Yeah. So yeah, I think that's about it. What a mess of an introduction, but that's fine. That's fine. Let's move on. First of all, I want to say that a song that I've been listening to non-stop this week and last week and maybe even the week before that, at least last week and this week, and by the way, it's Thursday right now. The song is Humming Thing by Stevie Howe, and this song is like so on point with my my book. I have a character, and this could literally be his anthem for the third book. So yeah, just this could be it. This could be literally it. This so dark and delicious, I guess. Anyway, what's up today? Well, first of all, I've been writing. It's almost 1 o'clock. Not quite, but it's almost 1 o'clock. I've been writing today, and it's the third book in my series, which will be out this year, so I will finish this trilogy. There might be a prequel coming too, but it will be like a collection of short stories, likely. We'll see. I've talked about that before, even on here I think, but at least on like Instagram and TikTok and so on. I also have other projects which have also been mentioned, mostly on social media and in my newsletter, I think. So if you haven't already, go subscribe to my newsletter and follow me on social media. I know that there is this TikTok ban thing happening in US. I mean, it's Thursday now. It's the 16th of January. So no idea what's going to happen with that ban. But I think it's like, is it like this weekend when it's supposed to happen or something? So we'll see. Yeah. What else? So yeah, I've been writing for a few hours now, and yes, working on the third book, and this is going so well. I'm so happy with this story. I'm so excited, and just listening to this Humming Thing song, it just gets me into the right mood. Yes, it's going to be a little bit depressing. If you listen to the song, it's a little bit dark, but it's edgy, and it's just perfect. And I love Stevie Howe's voice. I love a lot of his songs, but this one is just resonating with me because of this character right now, like so much. So that's why I can't stop talking about this song or listening to it. I've been listening to it non-stop. Literally, I haven't listened to anything else. Even when I'm driving, I just have this one song on replay. And people say I'm crazy for doing that. Maybe I am, but that's just where I'm at currently in my creative process. Also, I have a little bit chai latte left here. What else? Oh yeah, I will have to leave in less than an hour. I have a university. Well, it's not even a lecture. It's like my master's thesis seminar course, where we will be talking about my master's thesis and the subject and so on, and other people's as well. So I'm just starting out my master's thesis, writing it. I probably know what I'm going to write. You know, I know my research topic for it, but it needs to be maybe narrowed down a little bit, and I need to find more sources. I have tons of links, but I have to read through the research papers and stuff that I have found, and you know, all of that. I will probably talk about my master's thesis later a little bit, because why not? And it has everything to do with literature and so on. But I can say that it has to do with fantasy literature. Surprise, surprise! Just like my bachelor's thesis, but this is going to be a little bit different. Yet at the same time, I'm hoping I can benefit from what I wrote in my bachelor's thesis. I hope I can kind of benefit from that in my master's thesis as well. But it's going to be vastly different still. There's just some sources that I think will be the same as they were as the sources from my bachelor's thesis, so that makes all the research and everything a little bit easier, and that's fantastic. Less work. Yeah. But so yeah, that's basically it. I have tons of English courses this spring, so what I'm working on this spring is my English courses. I have one more course in Finnish, Finnish linguistics as well, and then the master's thesis. Then I have some independent study courses in comparative literature, but they will be most like to help with my master's thesis, to write my master's thesis. So I think those are going to be like easy to do on the side, and I think I can do some of those even next autumn. So no rush, no worries, and so on. But it's going to be a lot of work, so I'm a little bit worried. Anyway, currently I'm not even that excited about school. Like, I'm in my university studies. I'd much prefer to just sit here and write, and it's such a sunny day. By the way, it's winter in Finland, so it's usually super dark, but right now all I have is the natural light coming out of the window in my office, and that's just wonderful because I feel so energized. I wasn't even supposed to film today, but then there was the sunshine and everything, and I thought, why not update a little bit. This is going to be a short update, but I just thought it was about time. Anyway, now I'm going to write a little bit more, then I will have to leave to the university, then I will come back, and in the evening I have some schoolwork, coursework, for some of the English courses, but I already did a ton of that work yesterday, so I think I will have time to write tonight. I hope. I hope this angle isn't too weird. It's a little bit weird. I mean, you can see my lamp and everything, but maybe it's fine, because I thought I'd talk about the writing, and I have all the writing here. Oh my god, this angle is a little bit weird. Maybe if I sit like this. This is a little bit better, maybe. The angle is still super weird because you should be a little bit high up. I have a tripod. I just don't have the time to set it up and everything for now, so I'm sorry about the weird angle. Yeah, this is super weird. Oh, we will manage. So, I have to write like the ending for my entire trilogy. Like, that's what's going on, and like the prelude to the ending of this entire trilogy, and that's nerve-wracking, for sure. I put my soul in this thing. The first book, by the way, Revenge Undone. Actually, I have a copy here. Let me show you. Revenge Undone. So the book one. This book, well, the characters came to me when I was like 11 maybe. That's when I came up with the younger versions of these characters, and they have grown a lot since then, so it's not exactly the same, but like the original ideas came to me when I was that young. And I wrote about their school years when I was young. No, I'm not going to release any of that stuff. I was so young back then. So no, sorry, no, can't. But I wanted to use these characters because they, like, I was reading my old work maybe when I was like in high school or something, or maybe right after graduating high school or something, and I was like I need to tell more about these characters. So I wrote this, and by high school, by the way, I mean upper secondary school. So yeah, you know, before you go to university and so on, or college in US, for example, and so on. The school systems are a little bit different here in Finland than they would be in the UK or in the US and so on. But you get the point. But anyway, I wrote this book and I wanted it to be empowering to women in a way, for sure. But I was focused on I mean that all came naturally. I didn't have to think about that. I wanted it to be about mental health and trauma and struggling with what's right and wrong, because that's what spoke to me at the time. And I didn't do all of it like knowingly, but I did play with the idea of trauma and healing and mental health somewhat knowingly. Like I knew that, but I'm a discovery writer, so I didn't have all of this planned. It just happened, and it makes so much sense. There's also grief, and I think around the time I was writing this, I was going through grief as well. So there's that, and like, I'm not in this book. The characters aren't me, but they are experiencing similar things, but very differently. The grief and everything is very different than what I went through. I haven't gone through what the characters have, but I was playing with similar aspects of life, I guess, than what I was going through and or had gone through recently. So it's all in this book, but there's so much more. Like there's also feelings, romance, action, you know, fighting and all of that stuff, but also just so much, you know, feelings. And they are in their early 20s, the characters, so there's a lot of that, you know, going through your feelings, trying to find your place in the world. Like, I know people go through that when you're a teen and you're coming of age, but this is like when you are an adult but you still feel lost. There's a little bit of that, but not in your everyday style. Not in the way most people go through it. So the main character is Kiara, and she goes through loss, she goes through battle. There's a lot of lies and secrets unraveling in her life in this one and in the following ones. Actually, I will show you the second book. I have the paperback over here. There's paperback, hardback, and ebook of all of these. Hopefully one day there will be maybe even audiobooks. Anyway, this is the second book. As you can see, book 2. And this has a lot of grief and trauma and all that stuff, but this goes deeper, and this makes, because of what happens at the end of the first book, this goes even deeper, like a lot deeper into the story and into all of those feelings and into mental health and figuring out what's right and wrong, and pain and worry and letting people in and so on. And the first book already has that, but this is like a deep dive into all of that. So it's just more death, more secrets unraveling, and I mean, secrets begin to unravel in this one especially. And yeah. Also, the first one ends in a cliffhanger, but you can jump straight to the second book now that they are both out, so no worries anymore. And this book kinda ends with open questions, but it's not the kind of cliffhanger in the first book is. So it's very different. Yes, there are open questions because it's an unfinished story, but it's not as much of a cliffhanger as the first book is. Yes, you are left wondering, but you know, a lot of things also work out in the end of this. But now that I'm writing the third book, I'm just so excited. I don't have a cover for it yet, so I can't show you the cover, even like a picture of it or anything. But yeah, I am excited about this story because I just love mental health representation in books, and like, you know, there's also a lot of like figuring out your feelings, figuring out where your loyalties lie, figuring out who you are, dealing with grief, dealing with loss, dealing with your own feelings. Some people also, I didn't even think about it, but some people described Revenge Unveiled, so the first book. Let me grab it again. So the first book. Some people, I think it was some of my first ARC readers, they described Revenge Undone as a healing story, and I hadn't even thought about that until then, but it is a healing story. Obviously it's a healing story, and this series in general is going to be more of a healing story, yeah, but I would also like to say that remember that it's dark fantasy. I have trigger warnings, they are listed in the book 1. In the book 2 there's also a list, but it tells you to go to my website, because I found that to be the better way to deal with, you know, trigger warnings, because that way I can update the trigger warning lists if anything comes up. They have every little minor thing, as far as I know, as far as I could come up with anything that could be triggering in the books. But obviously if you find a new trigger in these books, let me know and I will add it to the list. I try, they should, you know, include everything in the lists, but obviously maybe something has been missed. I wasn't the only one to go through this for trigger warnings either, so there have been a lot of eyes on this to go through the trigger warnings, but something could have been missed still. So, you know, if you ever notice that there's something missing on the trigger warning lists, let me know and I will update them. They are on my website. You can go to my website, go to the books, and there you will find the trigger warning lists. Because there are a lot of trigger warnings. Like, for example, in the first book there's... Wait, is it the first book or the second book? Maybe the second book. There's a brief mention of magical creature abuse. Like, it's just a mention in dialogue, a quick mention. Nothing graphic or anything. But I felt like that was still, you know, important to be included. Because it may be triggering for some people. So, yeah. And it doesn't hurt to include that in the list, I think. So I just want to make sure that everyone felt comfortable reading the book. So yeah, there's a lot of dark stuff, but there's also a lot of good stuff. I mean, if people describe it as a healing story, it can't be just bad. So there's a lot of hope, and I think that's the spark in these books. And it's actually almost like a battle for hope, if I would have to describe it. These characters are battling for hope. Filming again. You are in the same spot, and I hope I don't have tea all over my face. Sorry. I will have to stop writing now because I have to pack my laptop and get everything ready and go, you know, go study. I feel mixed feelings about finishing this series. It's my first series that I published. And I have grown so much as a writer since, you know, beginning, because when I was writing the first book, I was writing my bachelor's thesis for my BBA in marketing. So since then, I have acquired 2 bachelor's degrees and a lot of skills, like especially with my English studies. That has helped a lot when it comes to editing. When I was editing the first book, I hadn't had any English studies, like outside the normal English studies you go through in school and self-studying, but I hadn't gone through university studies yet, so there wasn't any formal studies. I'm not saying that formal studies are the only way to go. No, definitely not. You can learn a lot by yourself. But it's just what they teach at the university can be like so much more. So it's all a step further in my knowledge, maybe. Is that a weird way to say it? Yes, it is. But anyway, like I have grown so much as a writer, as an editor, as you know, as a person even. So this series is really like, it's gone through so much with me, I guess. And these characters, I don't even know if I'm ready to say goodbye to them. And I actually do have a few ideas for future projects that may involve these characters or some of them. Those who survive. Okay, no spoiling. No spoilers here. So yeah, also I would want to mention that I am still looking for ARC readers for the entire trilogy. So if you are interested in reading the 3rd book, you will also get the 1st and 2nd book as an ARC reader, you know, the ebooks. So if you are interested, I will leave a link down below. You can also find it through my social media links and so on. So if you want to, you know, be an ARC reader for the series, amazing. Because I had a few people sign up and most of them downloaded the book, and I'm so grateful for the interest and for all of that. Obviously, I'm not able to send the 3rd book just yet. It's still in the works, but it will be released this year, and then I will send it to you as soon as possible. So yeah. What else should I say? Yeah, so I feel like my percentage in people who end up reviewing books when it comes to ARCs has always been super low. Like so many people, you know, life gets in the way, and that's okay. That's completely okay. You know, I get it. Life gets in the way, and no hard feelings, none of that. That's not what I mean when I say this, but it can be a little bit like, first you're excited, like this many reviews or this many new readers, and then it ends up being so much lower than the number that you thought. That can be a little bit disheartening, but I'm still super grateful for anyone who even shows interest, obviously. So there's that. And I know a few people got Revenge Unveiled when it was for free on the, you know, the end of the year Smashwords sale thing last month. So there's that. And what else? Yeah, I have some side project ideas, because after this series I have a series in mind. It's going to be high fantasy and epic fantasy and all of that stuff, likely. I have 2 books written in that series, but I don't have any edited yet, so that's my next step. With that current side project, it's going to be my main project after this series, though. Seems so weird to be done with this. And I have you know, spin-off book in mind, and I have written a little bit on it on the draft. Oh, like I have more than just ideas. I have some text written for the spin-off novel. It would be more romance heavy because this is my series. This is definitely it's definitely romantic fantasy. It's contemporary fantasy, kind of even urban fantasy almost. And it's did I already say romantic fantasy or dark fantasy? It's dark fantasy too. So it's all of those things, definitely. And the romance is pretty heavy, but I have an even more romance-focused spin-off idea in mind for a side character. We don't know if that's going to happen yet, but I'm hoping that I will, you know, go through with it and finish the story because I'm kind of excited, and I think that character deserves more of their story than I can give in this trilogy because I have so many characters. Well, so many characters. Like, I have so many side characters, and something would deserve more. I was about to say screen time because I always see books as movies in my head, but it's not screen time. It's, I guess, page time. So yeah. I think that's going to be it, unless I update you later. I have to go, you know, to the university now. It's always so difficult to stop writing and then go do something because I'm still so into this story. I'm still in there, you know, sitting by the kitchen table. Yes, my characters were sitting by the dining table. So they were having breakfast and discussing something important, and I am still in that conversation a little bit too much when I should be focused on going to the university and stuff. Does anyone else have this problem where it's super difficult to stop writing and go do something? I usually don't even write when I have late lectures or something because I'm just unable to step out of the story, so I hope I will get out of it on my way to the university or something, because yeah. Anyway, if you have any questions or anything about Revenge Undone, Revenge Unleashed, or the third book, Revenge Unveiled, let me know in the comments or email me or anything, you know. And if you're interested in being an art creator, please sign up. There's a form in the description down below, and it will ask you about your like when will you be able to review the books and so on. It's just to kind of figure out when you are planning to review the books and so on and read them. It's fine if it, you know, takes longer and so on. That if I would have to guess, it's going to take a few more months before the third book is finished. So no rush. There will be still time to, you know, read book 1, book 2, and book 3, and still read everything else you have planned. So, you know, no rush. That's why I'm doing this so much like beforehand, because I feel like it would be kind of like, I understand that people have other things to read as well, so I don't want to feel like you are in a rush or anything. But please, if you are interested at all, sign up. And don't take the forms questions too seriously. I usually like choose everyone who signs up for an ARC. It's just to kind of make sure you sometimes read fantasy, you know the genre, you are, you know, that you are a reader. I don't know. I don't think I've ever had to say no to an ARC before, so you don't have to be an influencer, you don't have to be anything of that sort. Just if you're interested in reading my series, please sign up by filling the form, because I really need more ARC readers. It would be amazing to have more of you. Anyway, I think that's it for today. Unless I update you later, but that's a little bit uncertain, so I guess it's goodbye, and thank you so much for watching this video, and I hope you will be back. So don't forget to subscribe, like, comment, and so on. If you have any topic, video topic ideas or requests, leave them in the comments too, or email me or something, because I will try to make more videos. I know that sometimes it's a little bit hard, especially with my studies, but it looks like it will be possible from now on, especially now that I'm a little bit rested after all the holidays and stuff. So I feel more energetic now, and I want to be able to kind of record the process of finishing my entire trilogy, because I just feel like it makes it all better to just say it out loud, some things on my mind. So yeah, thank you so much for watching, and bye!